everybody. I'm Diane Davis. I've been reporting for SCA TV for 13 years, specializing in entertainment. Welcome to our live shoot of Anthem Alive from Sun City Anthem Independence Center. This is a day of firsts. Our first time to do a show out in the courtyard, right outside of Freedom Hall. And more importantly, our first time to welcome the actor, the comedian, the legend, George Wallace, as our host.
Hey! Good morning, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is. I don't know what time it is, but I'm so happy to be here. What a wonderful community, and I'm just so happy to be the youngest person here. That may or may not be true, but I tell you what, just driving up, I've never been to this community. I may be talking too much too fast, but I know one thing. This is a nice area. I know that. It is beautiful, and you all live here. Okay. And so you have to be 55 to live in this community.
Yeah.
I've got 2 more years. You'll see me. You go to hell, okay? Go to hell. I could have lived here 30 years ago.
We've had astronauts, we've had corporate presidents, we've had famous actors. Tony Curtis lived about 6 blocks from me.
Tony Curtis, yeah, I remember him. And his daughter, she's in a movie right now that's really going crazy.
Halloween.
And it's just so, it's Halloween.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe we should have waited till Halloween.
That's not a mask?
Oh, you got jokes, huh? She's telling jokes up here, huh? You think I'm going to let you get it? But this is all fun. This is really nice. Before I even start, I haven't said anything yet, but I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time. The people are nice, and when I walked in, everybody's just waving and having fun. This is great.
It is. So, George, I used just a few words to describe you, but tell us, in a paragraph or so, a little bit about your background.
Tell you a little bit about me. I can't even start to tell you. First of all,
you're handsome, you're debonair, we know that.
You can forget about that, but all of that, I'm the most blessed person you've ever met for what I've gone through in life. I'm so happy, and if I die tomorrow, the world owes me nothing. I live in Las Vegas. I'm having fun. I wanted to be a comedian since I was 6 years old,
wow.
And I had the greatest parents in the world, and I can retire if I want to. I'm blessed. I got money. I got houses everywhere. I'm just so blessed. I'm happy to be here. I'm in the laughter business. When I see happy people, it makes me happier. Not many people have a job that they love, that I love to go to work, and I teach people every day. I wrote a book called Laugh It Off. Laughter is the greatest medicine in the world. You told me to take a few minutes. I could talk for an hour talking about enjoying life and traveling and loving people and meeting people all over the world. I say we got people here today from all over America, and it's just so good that everybody can just live and laugh and love one another and can do it together, and that's what life is all about. I don't even know y'all, but I love you. Let me make it perfectly clear. I'm known all over the world. I'm syndicated in many radio stations across the world, and my phrase is, I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Well, there is something I can do.
What can you do?
And that is to get on with the show.
You can start the show, but I'm not through telling these people how blessed I am. Not just
Okay, I have officially lost control right at this time. Well, let me tell everybody what we have on the show today. We're going to have a review of Matt Goss's show over at the
great.
Mirage.
Yeah, great guy. I know Matt. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to see the review. And then Judy Lloyd, one of our reporters, did a long interview, but we're just going to see a little smidget of it with our former mayor, Oscar Goodman.
Ooh, he's a good guy, too, because I don't know where he is, but he's doing this.
We'll talk more about him later. Then we got a fitness tip from our fitness director here, Tori Crum. We'll talk about that. And then after we get fit, we're going to finish off with a delicious feature by our buffet boys. We'll talk more about them later.
Okay.
So, George, let's start off.
Let's do it.
Let's take a look at our Matt Goss review done by Diane Davis.
Matt Goss, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, the lights, they shine so bright, I'm falling for Las Vegas. More than a strip, it's a way of life, I'm falling for Las Vegas.
Matt Goss sings Lovely Las Vegas, and Las Vegas loves him. The singer, musician, songwriter is delighting adult audiences of all ages as he croons his tunes in the intimate setting of One Oak nightclub at the Mirage. The British showman is a throwback to the vintage Vegas Rat Pack days when folks dressed up for a night on the town. Don't be put off by his location in a nightclub. Backed by an 8-piece band, Goss engages his diverse audience with his smooth, polished style as he adds his unique personal approach to the standards mixed with original compositions. He gets up close and personal, leaving the stage to shake the hands of his fans throughout the room. This relaxed, friendly style endears him to his many fans on both sides of the ocean. Goss showcases his band members as the sounds of the brass delight fans of this genre. His 2 backup singers add additional strength to the overall production. Adding that touch are the Dirty Virgins, his sexy, scantily clad dancers who get up close to the audience in the club-style relaxed seating patterns. This attractive fellow is no newcomer to the music scene. His debut album went platinum 7 times, earned 13 top 5 hits, and remained on the UK chart for an astonishing 84 weeks. Goss has sold more than 17 million records worldwide and achieved #1 records in over 22 countries. You may recall the name as Goss filled Cleopatra's Barge at Caesars for many years. Standards in his repertoire include favorites such as Fly Me to the Moon and Luck Be a Lady Tonight, songs we know. He put his own spin on Alicia Keys' hit If I Ain't Got You and gives it his all in one of his own hits, When Will I Be Famous? He finishes with Sinatra's signature That's Life and My Way.
It's a new world, it's a new world, and a whole world for me.
Go see Matt Goss do it his way on Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the early hour of 7:30. See Matt Goss and enjoy.
Was that good or what? Was that good or what? Have you all, you've got to go see Matt Goss. Was that good or what? Yeah. Did you enjoy that? That was fantastic.
He is.
Did you enjoy that? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. He's fantastic.
He is. George, how many nights a week do you perform at the Westgate?
I perform every night, but the show is Tuesday through Saturday. No, you know what I love? I'm at the Westgate now. Some of you know I'm the most blessed person in the world. Once again, I came to Las Vegas back in 2004.
That was my next question.
Yeah, well, I'm ahead of you. I told you that.
You are.
2004, I came for 30 days. It turned into 60 days, 90 days. All of a sudden, I'm here for 10 years. So that's a blessing right there. And to be able to be in Las Vegas 10 years, I'm also now, I have performed in Las Vegas more than any African-American headliner show. Not only did I headline the show, but I owned the show. I didn't work for the hotels. I did the marketing, I did the advertising, I did everything. And I did all of those billboards all over the city because I specialize in that. That's what I did before I was a comedian. Everything at Times Square, New York City, all the 5,000 buses in New York, the spectaculars, the billboards, I was vice president of that company. So I've been around, I've done a lot of business, and that's why I came to Las Vegas, had a lot of fun, and this community has just been great to me.
So you did all that, but when did you know that you were going to practice comedy as a profession?
You practice? You sound like I'm a doctor. No, but that's a very good question now. Listen to me. This is very unusual. I've known I wanted to be a comedian since I was 6 years old. And some of these people in the audience will know why I wanted to be a comedian. I wanted to be a comedian because of a man named Red Skelton. I wanted to be a comedian because a lady named Mums Mabley.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to be a comedian because of a man named Milton Berle. I wanted to be a comedian, a man named Red Fox.
I was waiting for that one.
Red Fox, and let me tell you, every night I walk out on this stage, I have it up on the screen. I thank God for people like Red Fox, Sammy Davis Jr., and Lena Horne for paving a way for people like me to walk out on that stage. And Sammy Davis Jr. in particular, because Sammy Davis Jr., even to this day, he's dead, but he's still the greatest performer to ever come to Las Vegas, ever.
I think so.
So I thank God for people like Red Fox and Sammy Davis Jr. I even want to die like Red Fox and Sammy Davis Jr. Because you know they died broke. They that broken. You know me, I be thinking, you think about it. Hell, if you die owing the government $800,000, $900,000, you did pretty good, didn't you? No, but I thank God for them and Lena Horne for paving a way for me to walk out on that stage. And I think about people like Sammy Davis Jr. couldn't even come through the front door to perform back in the day. Had to go around through the kitchen and come out on stage, perform just like everybody else. Mm-hmm. And I think, and I always say this, if Red Fox, Lena Horne, and Sammy Davis Jr. were alive today, they'd be surprised, wouldn't they? Yeah. They sure would to know we still going through that same damn kitchen. They'd be very surprised to know that. All the entertainers got a Donnie Marie, everybody, all of us, we still got to go through the kitchen. But it's an honor to be working in Las Vegas. So many people don't enjoy what they do, but I just love going to work. I could go to work right now. I'm actually working. I don't care. I'm talking. This is how my show is. I go out, and I just start talking, and she was at my show, and I tell the people, whatever you want to talk about, that's what we'll talk about. If they don't say nothing, I won't say nothing. I'll sit there for an hour and a half. Don't bother me. But life is good. It's good, man. And the people, I can't stop talking about laughter and how...
Well, if you don't stop talking, I'm not going to get to ask these questions.
Well, you don't have many questions. I don't. Whatever you want to say. How many questions do you have?
Okay, Cindy Joseph. Where's Cindy?
Where's Cindy?
Raise your hand, Cindy.
That's just right there, the pretty lady on the front row.
Cindy wants to know, and let me read the whole question to you. Don't interrupt it. You'll see why.
Are you going to read it today?
Ready? How do you want to be remembered if you ever go?
Oh, if I go tomorrow, I want to be remembered as the happiest man on earth, nothing but laughter, and there's something should be on my headstone. I hope you enjoyed life as much as I did, as well as I did.
Nice.
Because I had a good time. Yeah.
Okay, Mike. Where's Mike?
That was the whole question?
No, yeah. Because I got so many of them. Okay, Mike wants to know.
Who is Mike?
I don't know.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Wow.
Stand up, Mike.
Stand up, Mike. With a real Mike, please stand up.
Okay, Mike said, do you think political comedy is adding to the divisions within the country or bringing people together?
I don't know how to. One way I will answer that question because that is my business. No matter what is going on in the world, tragedies, no matter what, political, my job is to bring everybody together with laughter. Because laughter is healing for the soul. No matter what happens, you've got to continue laughing. As you notice now, if you go to funerals now, somebody's got to tell a joke. It's got to be laughter. I'm already thinking about my funeral. I don't even know whether my body should be there, but you should tell jokes. You can tell lies, but you got to keep laughing. No matter what you do, you got to keep laughing. Laugh it off, no matter what. I don't care what it is. Some of you, when bill collector's calling you, you got to laugh it off. People, you sitting listen. If you're sitting at your dinner table around 6 o'clock, the telephone rings. You got bill collectors calling you. Pick up the phone and start laughing. You pick it up and get going. I know they're late, and they're gonna be late next month too. See, they've never had laughter before. They'll probably go zero your balance out because you've given them joy and happiness. You never know.
There you go. Now,
so with the political thing, let's keep laughing no matter what. And that's my job. To this day, I tell jokes about every president that ever run. It doesn't matter. Every political person. If you watch TV, if you don't laugh at this stuff, you're gonna go crazy.
Okay. Now, speaking of politics,
yes,
takes us right into our next segment.
Okay, let's do this.
Because Judy Lloyd interviewed the former mayor, Oscar Goodman.
Oh, my.
And he talked about how he came. Well, I'm not going to tell you what he talked about. Let's just take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, the former mayor of Las Vegas, Nevada, Oscar Goodman.
Hi, everybody. This is Judy Lloyd from Sun City Anthem, and I'm delighted to introduce you to the Honorable Oscar Goodman, who has had a long reign in Las Vegas.
Well, I am on a short lease, though, at home.
On a short lease. Okay. Well, please indulge us on your illustrious career, both as a politician
Judy,
and an attorney. And don't let tell all the good parts.
Look, everything's been good. I'm a very lucky fellow. My whole life has been blessed. I don't say that lightly. I think many of your viewers are of an age similar to mine where you probably remember the comic strip, Little Abner. And there was a character in Little Abner by the name of Joe Lipstick, And Joe Blistick, wherever he walked around, there was a cloud over his head, and it would rain. I'm the opposite of Joe Blistick. Wherever I went, from the time I was a little boy until today, the sun shines. So I've been very lucky. I came out here with my wife from the East Coast.
And what year was that?
1964.
Okay.
Had gotten married while I was in law school at the University of Pennsylvania. And the day that I finished the bar exam, the two of us got in the car. We drove across the desert, stopped at the top, and saw a couple of twinkling lights out there. And she said, "Where have you brought me?" And I said, "To the land of milk and honey." She says, "I knew it. My parents were right. I should never have married you." And that's the way we started. So I called my wife and 4 children together, and I said, I have to do something different. And they said, "What do you have in mind, Dad?" I said, "I think I'd like to run for mayor." Well, they never heard me say that before, and they said, "Well, we have to have a vote because we always had a vote."
Democratic society.
Well, it was
right.
a very democratic family, and we had a vote, and the 4 kids voted against me. Carol and she abstained. I said, "Why?" They said, "Dad, there's no way you can win. You have more baggage than the Sky Caps out at McCarran." I said, "Not true." I said, "People in Las Vegas, they know what I do, and they know I've never crossed the line, and I may be tough, and I may fight, and I may be a loudmouth, and I may be a lot of things that people may not like, but I am respected by the other side. Maybe not liked, but respected."
It's interesting. I got the pleasure of interviewing the CEO of the Mob Museum, which
Oh, he's very good.
you started.
Jonathan Ullman, yep.
So how did that all come to be?
Well, I'll tell you something. The day I'm elected the mayor, before I took care of my movie career, that was the first thing I did.
Oh, yeah, you didn't tell us about the movie theater.
Yeah. But that was the first thing I did. The day I'm elected, I get sworn in, and I go up to the 10th floor where the mayor's office was, and I look out the window, and there's this old U.S. courthouse and post office building, which is about a block from the old city.
We went there.
Right. And I said, "What's doing with the post office building? Is it used for anything?" And they said, "Well, check it out." And they called up the GSA, which is the government office that manages all federal property up in San Francisco, and said, "What's the story with the old post office in Las Vegas?" They said, "It's surplus." And I said, "What does that mean?" They said, "Well, you could buy it." I said, "Okay, how much do you want for it?" They said, $1. But there were 2 conditions. One, it had to be restored to its original condition.
Yeah.
I mean, everything just right to the point, which was consistent with what I wanted. I always resented the fact in Las Vegas that we implode our history, and I wanted to preserve the old buildings, and this was one that deserved to be preserved. And the second condition was it had to be used for museum purposes.
So tell us the mission of this new
I just told you.
project in terms of, and how are you going to spearhead it to go forward?
Well,
are you going to still say what stays in Vegas goes in
I
Vegas?
think it's a great, you have to remember where that comes from.
Yeah.
After 9/11, people forget.
Yeah.
The rotten hotels laid off 30,000 employees the day after. And they said it was because people weren't coming here. I say it's because they were trying to make their bottom line better for their shareholders. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying they're right or who's wrong. But this town was suffering. And the Convention Authority came up with a slogan. And basically it was to tell people, look, 9/11 is the worst thing that ever happened to the United States of America. We were attacked on our own soil. Horrible. But Las Vegas is a place where you can come and try to get away from the horror and the fact that the country suffered this. Come to Las Vegas, put your woes and cares away, and then go back home and start worrying again. And that's basically where that slogan came from. What happens here stays here. And
Well, thank you so much.
that's
for
fun.
being
You're a
with
very
us.
good interviewer.
Thank you. And
When is this going to be on?
it will be on. We have.
Oh, it's not even going to be on.
No, it's going to be on. We'll let you know the date and the time, and you'll get to see it endlessly. Plus,
Are you able to see it like
we'll
on a
give
regular
you
TV? Or do you have to
flash
live?
drive so you can use it eternally.
I don't know how to use a flash drive. That's my problem.
Then we'll send it to you via a link.
I don't know how to use links. I'm computer illiterate.
We'll put it on a disc.
I don't know what a disc is.
And the Pope is Jewish?
Do me a favor, will you? Talk to Leandra. She knows all that stuff. That's the reason I'm working here. Somebody has to do it for me. My wife doesn't talk to me.
Thank you for coming. This is Judy Lloyd saying thank you for
She can't even talk. Forget about Judy Lloyd.
Sun City Anthem TV.
Oh,
Good
wow.
to be back. Good to be back.
Thank you, Judy Lloyd. That was just a sample. I think she did like 40 minutes or an hour
Oh,
with
my.
Oscar. So that's going to be a showcase, and we can watch a whole lot
Well,
more.
Oscar could talk for an hour. You know him, right?
Yes.
What a fun guy
Yes,
he
he
is.
can.
We're good friends, and
I know that you support a number of charities besides education. So just throw out one or two or three of them so that people will know what George's favorite charities are, and maybe they can support them.
well, that's a very difficult. My first charity that I love. There's a group called the Smile Train. That's kids.
know.
Yeah, that's for kids born with difficulty with the palate.
okay, yeah.
And I'm in the laughter business, and I think I should give back to that. And the Smile Train, I like giving to United Negro College Fund. I like working with Clark County Family Services. There's a group in Las Vegas called Opportunity Village. I like to give back to them.
Yes.
I just like giving back to the community. I like working with all charities as long as you're giving back. Matter of fact, that's my purpose and your purpose and everybody's purpose is to give back because we all are blessed. You know, we're so blessed.
I want to get through some more of these questions.
I got a little serious at it when I started talking about giving back to the community and running for mayor. Another thing, if I was mayor, you're not going to like this, but the first thing I'd do, I'd kidnap the monorail overnight and put it in the middle of Las Vegas Boulevard where it's supposed to be. Right? Who the hell put the monorail on the back side of the street there, you know? Yeah, I changed it. I put it in the middle of the street and just be pretty. It'd be like the Bahnhofstrasse in Zurich, Switzerland. See a nice little monorail going there. And I'd run it all the way from the airport to Canada.
But not Mexico. We're not going to even talk
We'll start in
about
Mexico. We'll start in Mexico.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
yeah.
I think we want to stay away from political.
You can get in political. I can talk about it. You know, they want to build a wall, but the fact of the matter, the Mexicans are building tunnels.
We're going to change the subject.
I know everything. I know everything. That's another thing. Why do they call it cranberry sauce? It's not a sauce. You can't cut a sauce. A sauce is a gravy. See, I be thinking about stuff like that. A sauce. It's not. It's a jail. You can't slice a sauce. I see sometimes I think about crazy things like that. You know, like just going in the grocery store, I think about stupid stuff. Like I saw an item that said evaporated milk, right? And I'm thinking, well, what the hell is in the can? But that's my job is to take a twist on everything, and it's just I just love doing comedy.
My job is to move things along, but this is clearly hopeless.
But you're doing a wonderful job, and I love the way I'm speaking a little differently because I have new teeth in my mouth. I have new teeth. I went to that place that says one day everything is allowed on TV. You ever notice that? Everything. I went to this place that say it take one day, right? Well, the first day you go, they tell you introduce themselves and things like that. Then the second day that you go, they examine your mouth and things like that. Then you go back the third day, and they tell you it's going to cost $60,000, $70,000. Then you don't go back for a year and a half. But I have the new teeth, and so sometimes I speak a little differently. I got to get used to my teeth. These are not permanent, but they're temporary. They got to put my temporary.
They shine.
They do?
We'll see you
Well,
in the
I already
dark,
told
yeah.
my family if I died, make sure that coffin is open and make sure my mouth is open.
You know, about 20 minutes ago, before I lost control for the 10th time, you used the expression, which is on his hat, I be thinking.
Yes.
How did it happen? How did that come about?
Things just happen, and all of a sudden I'll be thinking about things like that. And today I'm thinking about things like, I haven't put this on stage yet, but if you watch television, I said everything is a lie. You watch TV, all of the pizza companies, the pizza's $7.99, right? It's all $7.99. All of them are all $7.99. So you go ahead and you order that, and you order a 2-liter Pepsi, whatever to go with it. But I don't understand. I'd be thinking, how does $7.99 turn into $26.80 by the time? You order a pizza when you get to your house, it's $26.80, $26. I think about all kinds of things like that.
But how did the expression come about?
It's just I'd be thinking that it just hit me because I'd be thinking
Okay.
I'd be thinking just so much.
Good merchandising.
I have so much fun, and when you're off stage, you can't get into your jokes, but I just think about everything. Yeah.
Okay. We talked about you being funny. We talked about Jerry. Jim,
Jerry, let me tell you something else about Jerry.
Tell me.
This is you speaking of like rich people, like these people in the audience.
He is rich, isn't he?
No. These people in the audience are rich. Let me tell you, if you living over here and you listen, everybody here is rich. But it's good when you get it. It's another level of richness. I'm rich, but there's people that are rich. Like when you go
You're
to
richer than me. I know that.
Oh hell yeah, I can see that. I know I'm richer than her. I met her shopping at Tuesday morning, so I know we're trying to get those deals. But it's funny, you know, like when you go to my friend Jerry Seinfeld's house, how when you get to his house, like the house on the island, the big house.
You ring the doorbell.
Well, that's when you know it's rich. No, you don't ring the doorbell. These people are so rich. When I ring
How rich are they?
His security code at the gate, when I punch in the security code at the gate, Waze is still giving you directions to the house. In 2,000 feet, you will have reached your destination. Let me tell you how rich people are. So when you go to people's house, you're playing ping pong, right? He doesn't like me to say this, but he don't tell me what to do. We're playing ping pong in this house, and then no matter where you play ping pong, eventually the ball goes astray, right? In the living room, under the curtain, you can't find it, but I go to get the ball. He says, don't go get it. He turns around. He's got a crystal ball with 200 ping pong balls in it. 200 ping, and I go, the ball, don't go get it to another ball. And I don't know what these rich people do. I was at his house. I woke up one morning, I went to 3 o'clock in the morning, I went to pee, right? I came back, my bed was made, everything like that. And there's a chocolate on my pillow. So, but that's good, just being that's my friend. I love it. I wish more people had a friend like Jerry Seinfeld. Even though if you see us together, you go, what the hell are they arguing at?
Now, okay, we've got a question from Jim Valkenburg.
Jim,
there he is over there.
Hello, Jim. He's like 600 people away. How you doing back? Can you hear me back there?
Jim wants to know, besides yourself, who is the funniest person you've ever worked with or admired?
Now, of course, when you get into the funny business, you get into people like you wouldn't know. So there's a young comedian out, her name is Kathleen Madigan. I think she's crazy. Kathleen Madigan? There's people out there, there's young people out there. My uncle, first of all, is the funniest person. But
what's his name?
Uncle Bo.
Hey, Uncle Bo!
Hey, Uncle Bo. Oh, wave again.
Hey, Uncle Bo!
If he sees you, that's a hell of a thing, because he's been dead for 30 years. But Uncle Bo...
I love you, George.
Maybe you do know him. Listen, Uncle Bo was a type person. Everybody has a crazy uncle in the family. My Uncle Bo will ask you a question and answer it at the same time. You ever meet people like that? My Uncle Bo would do it all the time. How y'all get up here? Walk? Where your dad at work? What time you get off? 6 o'clock? Why it's so hot in here? Y'all got the heater on? He's just asking you a question and answering stuff. What you laughing at? Something funny? What your mama cooking? Chicken?
Now, speaking of something funny.
Yes.
Judy Lloyd over here.
Judy?
Judy Lloyd.
Hi, Judy. Oh, that's Judy there, the funny lady.
Yeah.
She's got colors on, like you like colors, Judy. I love
like matching your shoes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And Judy
My
wants...
underwear also saying that's something you don't need to know. Okay, that's it.
Judy wants to know, what do you like doing in your spare time?
Judy, this is a very good question. I love what I'm doing in my spare time. I love going to work. I love telling jokes. I love meeting new people. I just love life. And I think I love traveling. I love to get on an airplane and fly around the world. If you come to my show, no matter where you've been,
Your show at the Westgate.
At the Westgate. If you come to my show at the Westgate, for all my life, no matter where you've been, I was there yesterday. Where are you guys from?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. I was in North Carolina yesterday. Because I'm from the South, and the Southerners know one thing about the South.
You're from Atlanta.
I'm from Atlanta. It doesn't matter. It's North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama. They got too many damn First Baptist churches down there.
Now,
and all these churches can't be the First Baptist church, okay? There was one church in North Carolina and in Charlotte. Yes, it was a brand new church, First Baptist Church. How the hell are you going to be the First Baptist church and you're brand new?
George, have you ever been to Africa?
Yes, I've been to Africa. I was in Africa yesterday. I need to go back to Africa because I've only been to Johannesburg and I've only been to Cape Town. I had a wonderful time and it's just good. I like good people. I went to the first hospital where the first heart transplant was in South Africa.
Oh.
I did that. But I just think when you go to Africa, I've been to Afghanistan, most of all, going all over the world. I took a year off and I entertained the troops all over the world. So I want to do that, yeah. So, but I find good people everywhere. I don't care where you go. People are good. I've been to Singapore, Shanghai. Shanghai is my favorite city. Okay. And if you ever get a chance to go to Shanghai, make sure you do. And the ladies, you would love Shanghai. You would love Shanghai. It's so beautiful. The shopping is great. And then you go shopping in Shanghai, and they don't watch me like they do in Beverly Hills. and since they didn't, I'm just kidding. But I love traveling. That's the greatest thing in the world. If you get a chance, make sure you get on a plane, go somewhere, see other people. I teach college kids to travel around the world, other cultures. And as soon as you get out of college, I tell the college kids, get on an airplane and go somewhere. Charge it to your parents. Just make sure you go. And do things while you're young. Because life is backwards. I also teach that in my book. Life is backwards. You hear and some of us in here, we tend to say, oh, look at you.
The book.
That's the book I wrote.
It's called Laugh It Off by George
This is the book I wrote. She got one, I don't know. She has a bootleg copy of my book. But it teaches you to travel, teaches young people to travel.
It's signed.
It's signed to Diane.
And he spelled my name with 2 N's. Inside joke. People who know me would understand that.
But of course. Is it spelled with 2 N's? Did I spell it right?
Yes.
Okay, well
I stood there and went D-I-A-N-N-E, yeah.
Well, that's when I asked you, how old were you when your mind just got up and walked away from you when you was done?
I opened this book just at random. And I'm going to read out loud just a little bit that George wrote.
At random. That's another person we knew. Who the hell is random? All people are shooting at random. They did this at random. We need to find out who random is.
My folks kept us in line. My daddy would just look at us, snap, and point. Didn't have to say a solitary word. Boy, do we relate to this or what?
Wait a second. Now you've touched on something. Now you've really touched on.
Go with it.
Because this is my age here. We grew up differently when we respected our parents. And not only my parents, we respected every parent. Yeah. You can walk, I don't know,
It's true.
Like, I'm serious, my dad could walk in the room, you're doing something wrong, whatever it is. And with the quickness, you stop.
Yeah.
And wherever that finger went, that's where you went. I'm saying, if my dad's finger went to a chair, your ass went to that chair. You remember when we were kids, we used to see kids jumping up and down in bed trying to touch the ceiling? One day my father walked in, bam, caught us in the middle of the air. And we couldn't come down. Get that finger, but I just, listen to me, I come up in the area, and most of you did too, when we just respected our parents, there's no talking back to kids. We talk back, just all kids talk back. But the men in the audience, see, but we didn't talk back. See, I tell everyone, my mama used to drive us down to the cemetery. She would drive us to the cemetery. She said, Junior, this is your plot right here. You can use it now, or you can use it later. Now listen to me. Don't listen. I tell the kids now, if there was such thing as child abuse, my mama would be getting out of jail right about now. But listen, it wasn't child abuse. It was really love. And I'm so glad my parents trained me. Not only my parents, but Diane, if you live next door, I had to treat you just like my parents. If my mother wasn't there, it was just the same. And there was only one mom in my whole village, and that was whoever mom was around. It didn't matter. They were in charge of you, and you had to speak to everybody, and it was the greatest thing in the world, and I love it. I live in Linwood Park, Atlanta. Listen to me. I'm born in a community in Atlanta called Linwood Park. I still know all my school teachers. I just went to my fourth grade school teacher reunion. She's 93 years old and crazy. Wow. And I went to see her, and she just probably started me telling jokes. She'd make me come in her classroom. She wasn't my real teacher. She said, George Wallace, come in here and tell me a joke, because they knew I was a jokester. And I would tell her a nice little Joel Osteen joke, and she'd go, you know that's not the kind of joke I want to hear. She wanted the dirty joke. But I love my community. I love everybody. I still know everybody. We still go, we visit everybody. And I mean, everybody in the neighborhood. We all go to the churches, every church, no matter what denomination, we respected each other. I am so, you go to Atlanta, Georgia right now, we all know each other. I went to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s funeral. I've had some great moments in my life, and I met Muhammad Ali. You get me thinking now. I've just done so much in life, you know.
What's on your bucket list?
My bucket list.
That you haven't done yet.
That's bothering me, because you know my goal was to work.
Before you kick the bucket, you gotta.
That's another stupid thing people are saying. You know, by the way, you know, black people don't die anymore. No, black people in the audience. Well, she made her transition.
Just
no,
does anyone agree?
Black people.
There's some black people
no,
here.
we made our transition. There's a lot of black people here, but now black people.
They buy tickets.
Black people we make our transition now. What happened to, like, she passed and she pushing up tulips.
We
and stuff
lost
like,
him.
And you said we lost him. And you just said
go find him.
Kick the bucket.
Yeah.
That's one that I like. Kick the bucket. I want to tell everybody that's listening today in the city of Las Vegas, if you're walking down the street and you see a bucket, walk your ass around that bucket. Leave that bucket alone. Now you hear me say there's a little few curse words. I never curse. Those are my little curse words. Okay. So, but yeah, I do things like that. My bucket list. Oh, my bucket list is ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at a man that is so happy. My bucket list was as a comedian, was to work Las Vegas, and I worked with Diana Ross in 1979 at Caesar's Palace. That was my bucket list. Right now, I've got to get a new goal, but I do know I still like seeing happy people. When I see happy people, it makes me happier. And I just think I wish everybody, as I often say, if you see someone without a smile, give them yours.
Okay, now you're talking about happy people. And you perform in the Shimmer Cabaret at Westgate.
It's the George Wallace Cabaret. I changed the name myself.
Okay, now after your show, there's an even later show, and I want to know: have you gone to see Sexy?
I haven't seen Sexy. I've done all of that stuff. Like I said, Life is Backwards. Old people say when they turn 65, they get in trouble all over the world. Well, life is backwards. I say to myself, don't wait. Do it while you're young. Do it while you're not. Work when you get 65. At 18, 19, I was all over Europe. I went to every nude beach there was. I got all of that stuff, all of the nightclubs. See, some of these people out here, they're laughing. In New York City, did you go to the nightclubs? They open all night.
I'm still working on the nude beach part. There's a visual.
That's where I met you, on the nude beach. Let's just tell the truth. No, but life, there's a show called Sexy. I think it's a very good show. People are having fun.
It is.
But you've been there?
Oh, yeah. Jennifer's a friend of ours. Jennifer
She's very
Beaumont.
nice. She's very nice.
And her mother and father.
I met her father.
This woman does a topless show, and her mother and father are there every night at the show.
Well, that means it's a good show.
Her dad said all those years of sending her to acrobatics and ballet so he could watch her dance topless.
Well, I'll go and watch her dance topless. I'll go watch her do a flip.
Now, she is really physically fit.
Okay.
And that is my transition to our next segment. Thank you.
The next segment coming up is going to be a show from a friend of ours.
Tori Crum, our fitness expert, is going to show us how to keep fit. So let's see what Tori's got to tell us today.
Let's enjoy it.
What mistakes do we make when we work out? There can be quite a few, and some minor changes to our routine can make a huge difference. Number 1, forgetting to stretch. Often we forget to stretch our muscles and ligaments prior to beginning a workout, and this can lead to soreness later, or even worse, it could lead to serious injury. Stretching and flexibility go hand in hand, offering better range of motion and resulting in better overall workout. Number 2, focusing solely on cardio. Many of us tend to focus on cardiovascular workouts such as walking on a treadmill or using a stationary bike. Forgetting to incorporate strength and resistance training is common. And these are the exercises that prevent diseases and improve balance, all of which are necessary for good health. Number 3, avoiding exercises that target core muscles. The core muscles are those that are important for everyday movements, such as getting out of bed, standing without assistance in the shower, or walking up and down the stairs. And a powerful workout is required to tone them. Avoiding these exercises can lead to a decrease in muscle fibers and strength in general. Number 4, avoiding a challenge. Seniors are not exempt from the need to challenge themselves during a workout. Regardless of age, a workout feels comfortable, then it is time to up the ante. Effort is required to make a difference in the body and to improve the health of muscles, bones, and joints. Number 5, forgetting to warm up and or cool down. The most common mistake that seniors tend to make when exercising is the failure to warm up and cool down before and after workouts. While it may seem unnecessary, these activities help to stimulate blood flow and take care of joints and muscles. If we avoid these mistakes, we are more likely to get real results from our workouts, live healthier and pain-free lifestyles, and we will even experience a better sense of well-being. Now take these tips and stay active.
Okay, George, we have wonderful workout rooms in this community. We have fitness experts that help us to get fit.
Yes.
And then we go out to dinner.
Well, why are you doing it backwards? Shouldn't
do
you
it
go out to
both.
dinner and then go work it off?
We do it both ways.
You do it both
we
ways?
swing both ways in this community.
That's another reason I want to move here.
What kind of food do you like?
I like all kinds of food. Like I said, my best restaurant in Las Vegas is Mon Ami Gabi. I like the Edge Steakhouse. Let me tell you something. There's a restaurant in this forum shops called Il Molino's, and 3 people, it costs you like $600 to eat, right? I could go one night and have dinner for $600,
Oh my gosh.
or the next night I could go to a restaurant called El Pollo Loco for $8. And I can't tell you which one was better. I can tell you that right there.
Have you been to El Dorado?
I have not been to El Dorado. Where's that?
El Dorado is a Mexican restaurant. I'll make it easy for you. It's right next to Sapphire,
Okay.
the gentleman's club.
Oh, the Gentleman's Club.
Yeah.
Okay, I told you I did that years ago. I'm an old man now. Don't need me going by there.
Well, we have 2 gentlemen that visit local restaurants, John Waterhouse and Carl Weinstein, and they report back into us. So they're going to take us now to the Golden Corral and tell us.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Let's see what they've got to say.
The Golden Corral.
Hello, we are the Buffet Boys. I am John Waterhouse.
And I'm Carl Weinstein.
Today's program is about the new Golden Corral, recently opened in Henderson. It is located in the shopping center on the southwest corner of Sunset Road and Stephanie. We found the restaurant to be well designed and very clean, with ample seating and spacious walkways to get around the buffet area. The offerings are large in number, with many choices in most food categories. My first plate was fruit, including pineapple, peaches, and pear slices. Plate 2 included a piece of cheese pizza and fried zucchini. Plate 3 was popcorn shrimp, bacon, scrambled eggs, sausage patties, and hash browns. You can see we went for lunch, and yes, lunch is actually brunch with breakfast offerings. On plate 4, I had cut corn, green beans, cheese potatoes, pulled pork, and ravioli. Plate 5 was dessert, including banana pudding, a brownie, chocolate-covered strawberries, and marshmallows. For plate 6, I had to go back and try some previously missed items, including grilled cauliflower, cooked carrots, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and some of their homemade pot pie. The pot roast was excellent, as was also the cut corn with just a slight covering of butter. The ravioli I could hardly cut with a knife, let alone eat it. I rate the general food quality as good, with some items excellent and others under par. One very unique offering is a chocolate fountain where each patron sticks their own strawberry or marshmallow into the chocolate. I have seen chocolate fountains at a few other buffets, but they are for display purposes only and are not accessible to the patrons. Lunch is priced at $8.89 with a senior discount, and drinks are extra. Carl, how did you like the Golden Corral?
I was really very pleasantly surprised with our visit to the Corral. It is bright and cheery and laid out like many casino buffets. It's large and divided into sections for salads, carved meats, desserts, veggies, seafood, and more. All of the food was great quality, except for the chicken salad, which was too spicy. The pot roast was wonderful. The fried chicken was tender and juicy. The baked ham was really great, not salty or chewy. Drinks are an extra cost, and you get them yourself. Refills are free and served to you. I had a piece of chocolate cream pie that was the best I have had in a long time. The slice of pizza I had was also excellent. There's a Mexican section, but I was too full to try any of it. They have a running hot chocolate fountain where you can drip the chocolate on strawberries or marshmallows. One of the things that this place has that other buffets and restaurants you don't have, and that is fried chicken livers, which I happen to love, and they were really, really good. The location is handy, and you don't have to fight strip traffic. I would give this buffet a 4-fork rating.
Carl and I look forward to being with you next time. For now, happy eating.
Sons, if you watch Anthem Alive, our wonderful Joan Schomburg gives us occasional segments where she does drink recipes.
Wonderful.
And Joan is one of the stars of this show. So
Drink?
maybe she'll drink first and then do the show.
You mean like whiskey drink?
I don't know.
I don't
but
do that
Joan
either. I don't get
Schomburg,
drunk.
Doug Schomburg, Phil Mastrielli. I mean, there is a list of people. Mark Dubin, our friend, in this show. It's like 25 people in the show.
Well, that's a lot of people.
We're not going to
This is
read it
good.
all.
You don't have to read them all, but that's pretty great.
But it's November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, right here, right in that theater, right
You
outside
guys
this
got
door.
everything here. That's what's so nice about
I
this. That's why I'm
know.
gonna. How do you apply to live here? How much does it cost?
Well, it depends on the house you buy.
It depends on the house you buy.
Yeah.
Well, I want a house at about $64,000 at the most.
Mexico.
I thought you had senior citizen rates out here.
Not here, not in this community.
But this is nice. You got a whole play here,
Yeah.
whole production. Look at that. That's a lot of people.
I know.
And I
that
should come
is.
back out here for that.
And tickets are $15. That's a whole lot less. George, this has been so much fun today. I know people are going to be excited about coming to see you at the Westgate. So very briefly, just tell them again what nights are there, what time you're there. And
I'm going to be at the Westgate every night, Tuesday through Saturday. It's at 8 o'clock. Be there on time. And we have free parking. We've got great food, and you will love the show. If you don't love the show, see Diane.
And you can buy the book.
And the book is there.
And the book is there.
And the CDs and everything else.
And this, oh yeah, the CDs are funny. I don't have one of those. That
Well,
didn't work.
like I said, you could buy it. I'd like to thank you so much for your time.
Oh,
thank you
thank
for inviting
you,
me.
George.
I'd like to thank all of the people for being out here in Sun City. And this I've never been out here before, and this is really nice and it's beautiful. And I want to thank you so much. And George Wallace would always say, I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Thank you, George. It has been a pleasure. Folks, tune in next week. Who the heck knows what we're going to have on that show? I don't know how
Well, I
we're going
know
to
I
follow
sure as
through.
hell won't be back.
This is Diane Davis saying go out and whatever you
Dee Dee.
enjoy.